Alright, so this year is my first year with the Raymarine ST1000 tiller pilot. And so, what are some of the advantages of having a tiller pilot? Well, first of all, you can motor into the wind, right? So when you're raising and lowering your sails, or maybe reefing, it's a lot easier, and the boat is going to maintain course much better than just tying it off if you have an autopilot. So you head into the wind, you set the autopilot, and then it's going to basically keep you facing into the wind in irons while you're going forward and raising sails or whatever you need to do. So that's one great benefit of them. If you're on a larger body of water and you need to go from point A to point B on a certain course, you set the autopilot and it'll maintain that course. And so it makes it really nice for making long runs. Maybe you're tacking back and forth, but if you're going several miles at a time, then it just makes it really easy to do that. If you're basically messing about on the boat, right, fixing things, maybe cooking, preparing a meal, adjusting something here or there, it's nice to be able to turn on the autopilot, set a course, set your sails, and then be able to go do whatever it is that you need to do, without having to really worry about steering or the boat drifting or accidentally jibing or whatever. So that's a great benefit of the autopilot. So another great benefit of using an autotiller is that it allows you to really focus on your sail trim. So once you set the autotiller, it's going to stay on that course, and then you can focus on getting the best sail trim to sail on that course. It also allows you to move forward and maybe look at the tailtails for the headsail, which sometimes are obscured by the main, or you just can't see them from where you're helming the boat. So you can be hands off, move forward, take a look at the telltales, and really again focus on your sail trim. And then the other thing is that you're not going to inadvertently go off course, which of course if you change course then you have to retrim your sails. So you just never have to worry about that with an autotiller. So if you're like me and you do YouTube videos, shoot video, or take photos, whatever, the autotiller, it lets you do that. So you set your sails, and then you can go do your video thing and really be able to concentrate on it without constantly having to reach back for the tiller or change course of the boat. So sometimes it's really difficult, especially if you're looking through a viewfinder, to steer the boat, and so the boat will go off course, or maybe even have an accidental jibe because you're focused on filming. So the autotiller lets you focus on that. And then the last thing for me, and the reason I got my autotiller, is that I have two hanked-on headsails. So I have a 100% jib and a number 4 80% jib, and so changing out headsails, I can do a lot without an autotiller. I can reef, I can raise sails, take sails down, but going forward on the bow and changing out a hanked-on sail takes a lot of time, and so that's really difficult to do without an autotiller. In fact, when I don't use my autotiller, the way I do it is I actually take down all my sails, and then I drift. And so I tie off the tiller, I go forward while I'm drifting, and then I remove my 100% jib, switch it out with my 80% jib, and then go ahead and re-raise the sails. And so with the autotiller, now I can just sail, say on a beam reach with the main, while I go forward and take 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes, to go ahead and switch out those sails up on the bow, not worrying about the boat going off course. So bottom line, do you need an autotiller? No, you don't. This is my third season. I did my first 2 seasons with no autotiller, and yeah, I really didn't have a lot of issues. And honestly, I don't use the autotiller that much, at least this first year. But when I have used it and when I have needed it, it's been great. And so I think it just depends on your sailing, right? So if you're cooking meals, if you're maybe entertaining a lot of people on your boat, stuff like that, there might be some need for an autotiller. Partly it's due to what you need it for, your style of sailing, and so but do you need it? No, not really. you can certainly solo sail without an autotiller. It just kind of makes things a little nice sometimes.